Mr. J. Christopher, protect the righteous with wisdom and strength.
Hey guys, here I am again, J. Christopher Hamilton, the Industry Esquire, and here to show you the basics of a pilot script deal. So welcome to my boot camp on making a pilot script deal. Now, whether you're a producer hiring a writer being hired by a producer, or you're someone in either of the two roles discussing the type of deal with your professional, this training will help you make the right deal, give you the competitive advantage you need, okay? So hang on to your seat. We're gonna jump into how to make a pilot script deal without an attorney by your side, all right? All right, so let's get started. But before we begin, I think I should tell you a little bit about my background. I should be qualified to discuss this topic, wouldn't you say? I spent about 20 years in the business working for major conglomerates and studios, Viacom, Disney, Lionsgate, Warner Media. I work with brands like ABC, VH1, MTV, Nickelodeon, celebrities like Alicia Keys, Jennifer Garner, a host of folks, Kevin Hart, a host of companies, a host of actors, producers, writers. But one of the things that I've learned after spending a lot of time with writers is a number of those guys and gals can't afford to pay for an attorney, right? They're just starting out, they don't have the resources to negotiate their deal, or they can't get access to good representation. So I made this training program for folks like that to give them the inside strategies, the inside information, so that they can negotiate a fair deal if they don't have access to an experienced attorney on your side. I want you to understand how pilot script deals are typically structured so that you're compensated and protected according to traditional industry standards. This training will be focused on the primary deal terms, such as script fees, producing fees, back-end participation, credits, and the rights you should be compensated for, okay? Those are the key things we're going to cover in this conversation. So, laying down the groundwork, but before we begin, let's set the stage. I'm going to give you guys some context on how the literary world works when it comes to writers, right? There's a national labor union known as the Writers Guild of America, often called the WGA. They have an office based in New York. They have another office based in LA, but they govern the terms by which their members are employed by producers, networks, and studios. However, the WGA does not govern deals with production companies that are not, and I repeat, that are not signed up as signatories to their guild or productions outside of their jurisdiction. If you are a non-guild writer or you are a non-guild producer, the WGA guild restrictions, minimums, guarantees will not impact the deal you're making. But if you're a writer, it's good to use them as a frame of reference because at least you'll know what the bare minimum you'd be entitled to if you were a member, okay? So hopefully that gives you some context. But now we're going to talk about some of the customary deal terms in pilot script deals. What I'm going to do is prime you on the basics, okay? Now, there are three types of pilot script deals in terms of structure. The first two are called if-come deal and a blind script deal. And then the last is pretty much the standard. But what you want to keep in mind is this. These structures are really irrelevant from the point of view of compensation. They really relate more to your stature. Let me give you an example. For example, a studio will do a blind script deal with you or a if-come script deal under two conditions. Now, the blind script deal is called blind script. It's called the blind script deal because the studio is blind to what you're going to write. Now, why do you say, who makes a deal like that? Why would someone commit payment for something that they don't know what it'll be? Well, because of the stature of the writer. They want to be in business with that writer. So they'll commit to making a payment for the script without knowing the idea because they'll work with him to get the right idea. And this is a way that they can get in business with the writer early on. Because obviously, not a lot of companies can guarantee money for something without knowing the result of something, right? The second is an if-come script deal. That's like the other end of the spectrum where the producer's saying, well, look, I don't want to lay out money for a script that I can't guarantee I'm going to get reimbursed for by a network. So it's called if-come, meaning if I get a network to buy your